You're muted.
Fucking muted. You got to be kidding me. I just went through all that and I was muted. You know what? You know how I am. I'm not very good. Okay. We got unmute you. And okay. Everybody's unmuted now.
Yeah.
All right. So for anybody that saw my lips moving and everything like that, just disregard.
You want to say it? You want to say it again?
It's quite all right. I don't need to. So you know what? Live shows, that's how they go sometimes. I forgot I was muted. Oh well. So, all right. We have Scott, we have Dave, we have Tony. Tony, how's it going, buddy?
Good to see everybody.
Glad you decided to, join me on this. Tony, if anybody doesn't know Tony Dio, he is like the encyclopedia of rock. I mean, this guy, if I have a question, I go to this guy because he knows. Yes.
Yeah.
Dave Alford, how we doing tonight?
What's up?
How we doing tonight?
Just trying to figure out this
technology. It really is hard to figure out some of this shit. I mean, really, it's I wasn't looking
at how to turn your mute off, man. It's really confusing.
I mean, come on, man. This is just not cool. I mean, and everybody in the comment section is like, can't hear you, can't hear you, can't hear. I wasn't even looking at comments. I mean, I'll go over it at the end of the show now. I'll say what I was saying. But all right, Scott, how we doing? You muted yourself.
You're muted. You muted yourself.
He muted himself after I unmuted him. Why are you rejecting the dude? Unmute. There.
Got you.
There we go. See, I'm not the only one. Okay.
My back?
You're back. Okay. All right. I think we're all on board now.
So we're on board like Scott Board.
We're on board. Okay. Now that we got all the technical issues out of the way, usually I say this is so easy a bass player could do it, but it really isn't. Technology is not that easy anymore. I mean, it's a pain in the ass. So
it's definitely different from Pro Tools.
Yeah. Yeah. But see, now if you get me with Pro Tools, I'm going to be lost. I won't know what I'm doing for that. Yeah. Now this I can kind of handle. Websites I can handle. Pro Tools, nope. You're in Scott's department. So Dave, let's get right down to it. You got a project going on, don't you?
Yes, I do.
It's called Rockin' Dave's Rough Cut.
Rough. Yeah.
How long is this?
I'm continuing to carry the torch. Okay. This today is the actual day that the first record was released. And Scott and I have put a unit together, and we're going to go out and celebrate 40 years of Rough.
Hell yeah. So Scott, now everybody knows why Scott's here. Scott is the singer. And believe me, if you have not heard Scott, I mean, he's with No Love Lost. He's a Bad Romeo. If you have not heard this guy sing, you're missing, because this guy is a fantastic singer.
Absolutely.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that.
He can hit.
Appreciate it, man. Really.
The highs, the lows, the middles, carry it to just, I mean, this dude is something else. Scott, you just, what Dave told me about this and basically you told me. I didn't even know you were on board. And, you told me, and I was like, that's a no-brainer, really. And, perfect.
Well, thanks, man. Thanks. Yeah. I think I mentioned it to Dio last year when we were searching for guitar players for the project. Mm-hmm. And Yeah, it's been going on for a while now, a little over a year, actually maybe a year and a half. And my buddy from Bad Romeo, Sean Love, pulled me into this project, and as soon as he said that it was available, I said yes,
Yes.
because I knew it's right in my wheelhouse, and I love the music, and I remember the band and loved the band back in the '80s, and it's a very cool, unique opportunity on a really cool musical band, very very good
Absolutely.
band.
Absolutely.
Go out and play.
Now, Dave, what are you hoping?
What?
What are you hoping to do here? You know, tour the world, Japan. What's going on? Release new music? Just do the
To
old
be
music?
honest, to be
Sure.
honest with you, all we want to do is celebrate the 40 years of this music.
Right.
But don't get me wrong, we're writing new material. In
Absolutely.
fact, Scott and I are this close already to being able to go and record a new ballad, but we're
Yes.
not there yet.
This
Right. That's definitely coming, and definitely in the works,
This
and definitely in our plan
will,
is to release new music.
Absolutely.
And
yeah, in our
you know,
will.
I'm sorry, whether that's in the form of a full album or one song at a time, as things are done nowadays, it's definitely coming for sure. We got a lot of ideas. Dave's got a lot of ideas in his wheelhouse to bring out, including this new one that we worked up, and hopefully we'll get in there and do that really soon, really soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I'll
think
tell
it's
you,
cool. Yeah.
it's called I Need Your Shelter. That's what it's called.
Nice.
Right.
Hey, Dave. Scott.
It's be a
Scott's
great,
the man.
powerful ballad in the sense and form of like Dreaming Again. You keep breaking my heart. Those powerful ballads that Rough Cut are known for. So it's going to be right in line with that, and I think all the fans will dig this song for sure.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. As long,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, if it's got that, and that's one thing about Rough Cut for me. You know, well, let's not do me first. Tony, first time you heard Rough Cut.
I think 88.1 Chainsaw Rock used to have, it was a metal college radio station back in the '80s, the NC State radio station. They would have Chainsaw Rock on Friday nights, and I used to put a cassette in and record it. And they eventually went like all death metal, but back in the mid '80s, there it was just all straight up Rat and Rough Cut and Dio and Judas Priest and Cerebus might get stuck in there somewhere.
Cerebus.
Yeah, Scott's old band.
Nice.
But I think that was the first time I heard. I think it was Taker that they played.
Really?
It was probably the first time I ever heard Rough Cut. And then I started seeing them pop up in, like Hit Parader and stuff like that. So yeah, great band. And I love that first album, man. I'm glad you guys are going out and celebrating, because this is a great record. I mean, just a great debut record. And 40 years, man. It seems like it's flown by, right?
Yeah. 40 years today.
The guys,
Yeah.
the guys that I'm working with are top. Okay, you're really gonna love this gig that we're doing, and we plan to go wherever they want us to play.
Absolutely.
Including Japan.
Including Japan.
You've already got a show coming up. Can you talk about that?
Sure.
Certainly.
Scott would probably better fill you in on it. He's a local boy.
Well, we're in North Carolina, Scott and I, and you're in South Carolina now, Dave?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's like 10 miles away from me. Hell yeah. So you guys are close together. You two, me and Dave are close together. So it's like it's kind of a little North Carolina, South Carolina
Yeah, man. Carolina rowdy
conglomerate.
tonight. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. First of all, we're
Well,
going to have to get some South Carolina dates in there too.
that's what I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, I live,
Yep.
I live, in the Charlotte area, so I want to do a show here.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Oh yeah.
we're playing at Mad Life in Atlanta on the 3rd.
Yep.
So
You
that'll be
broke
a
up.
debut
You broke
show.
up there a little bit. Where was that at, Scott? What was the name of the venue?
Oh, it's Mad Life in Woodstock, Georgia, which is actually around Atlanta area.
Mhm.
Okay.
We say Atlanta area. Mad Life and Stage and Studios, great venue, great sound system and lights and everything in there. A great place to go and see bands all the time, and frequented by all the rock and rollers down there in Atlanta. And we're there Thursday night, April the 3rd,
Boom.
and we hope everybody shows up. It's going to be a great party. We're not sure exactly who the opening act is just yet, but there will be an opener. But yeah, we're going to bring you the whole show. Like I said, we're concentrating a lot on that first album. We're not exactly doing it in its entirety, but we're doing just about every song on that album. So everybody will be very pleased. And we're
You do
peppering
Kids
it with
Will
some
Rock,
other
and I'll be happy.
What?
You do Kids Will Rock, I'm happy, man.
Kids
If not-
Will Rock is not in the set.
It best be in
That's
the
a rocker for sure.
set.
Yeah.
And you'll be doing some stuff from the second
Right.
album as well.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Quite a few from that one
Cut
too.
wants you.
It's a surprise here and there, for sure.
Cool.
Oh yeah. It's amazing. Yeah. It's gonna be a good show.
It's been.
Who else is in the new
40
band? Who else is in the new band?
It's me. It's Scott. It's Sean Love. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice. It's Sean Love, Tony Baker, and Neil Blade. It's Nathan Smith, but we call it Neil Blade.
Neil Blade.
Trick 6-string razor. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you got in order to have a rough cut, you got to have a blade, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That's right.
See, that's why Tony's in there. He's just smart. He picks up on things. That's what it is.
Right.
That's
Now-
right.
Anyway,
But these this
these
band
guys-
is
go ahead.
sorry. Go ahead. No, I was going to say these guitar players. Do what?
Go ahead, Scott. Okay, we'll go with Scott.
These guitar players are I like to say incendiary. They're very, very good. They're going to be right on top of all the rough cut stuff that you expect to hear, and so is Sean. I mean, the band is really going to be energetic, and we've been really pounding this material for, like I say, over a year now, and so it's going to be really good, and we really hope to replicate the songs in the way that everybody expects to hear them, the original fire and everything. So that's where it's at. You know, it's about going out, celebrating the 40 years, not only Dave's legacy, but the legacy of the whole band, celebrating and uplifting every member, past and present, from Rough Cut. And yeah, I mean, you know, and giving them their yes, absolutely. New material is definitely in the works, and we're gonna probably play one of Dave's recent songs that they played with the last lineup of Rough Cut in the set as well. So it's gonna be a really good show. Yes.
I
Yes.
saw that lineup a couple of years
Great
ago.
radio.
That's where I first met Dave, and yeah, that was a good show. I mean,
Yeah.
that was a good band, and it was great to hear those songs live. Because I never got to
That's a
see
very good song. Dave,
I never got to
great
see
on-
Rough Cut, the original band, at all perform back in the day. So
No,
Right.
neither did I. I mean, I never got to. They never came around where I was at, which I was at a. Pittsburgh, Cleveland, and Buffalo were around me, but at 14, I'm not 14, 15. I'm really not allowed to go to the big cities. And at 14,
Right.
15, plus I was grounded half the damn time.
I
So
know. And
the original lineup got together on Mork 2018, and I was like, I'm fucking going. And that was my first Mork. And I remember it was a 11:30 show in Studio B, and it was the last show of the day. I'm like, my wife's like, "Do we really have to go to another show?" I'm like, "It's fucking Rough Cut. We're going to see him," and that was a great show, dude.
Thank you.
killer.
Yeah,
Yeah, they rock. Man. They rock. Everything I can pull up on them from in the day is kick ass.
go
I
ahead,
was
Dave.
going to say, 1985, we did the North Charleston Coliseum with Ronnie Dio.
Really?
And it was sold out, of course. That whole tour was sold. Sacred Heart Tour.
That's Sacred Heart.
He had a family emergency that happened while that concert was going on. Okay.
Huh?
And he was already on stage playing. So nobody stopped the show. But when the show was over, he had to go back to Syracuse and family stuff,
Huh?
Wendy, his wife, Dia, did not want us to go from the East Coast all the way back to the West Coast when Ronnie was only postponing like 3.
All right.
So she calls a local radio station. I don't remember what it was at the time, but she booked us in a place the next night called the Windjammer.
Oh yeah.
And that's here in Mount Pleasant.
Right.
Or
Isle Palm.
Isle of Palm.
Yep. Isle Palms.
And the place was off the hook packed, but this is back when there was no stage outside. It was just indoors.
Right.
But I'd like to do a show there.
That'd be a cool show. Hell yeah. We'll do that.
Oh yeah.
We'll get a hold of them. Windjammer, because now they got the outside stage. When you're looking down at the stage, you see the whole ocean as your backdrop. It's like amazing. It's a great venue.
Yeah.
Hey, and it's like, 40 years later, Rough Cut's back.
Right.
Right?
It is. These guys are the top of their game. I'm serious. Every one of them do the parts. You're going to be amazed. Okay.
Oh yeah. And me and Dio have been doing, in this game for a long time, watching concerts, just involved in it. And there ain't a doubt in my mind, and I'm sure there's not a doubt in Dio's mind on how quality this is going to be. I know you, I know Scott. I haven't met the other guys yet, but I know both of you, and I know you are two very, very dedicated to quality and the product you put out there. And this will not be no slouch show. This is going to be a pretty fucking great show. So everybody needs to get to April 3rd, Woodstock, Georgia, Mad Life Stage and Studios, Scully Entertainment putting this show on. And Scully, as everybody knows, ain't no damn slouch either. He's not going to put somebody on stage that ain't worth it. And Scully's managing this. He's got his finger. So
he's been managing me for about the past 5 years.
Yeah. So Scully knows his shit.
Yeah. Back to the back to what you were saying about the quality and everything of the group, I wanted to add to that. Yeah, we knew, this is one of those kind of bands that were always, they were always like that. Always
Hmm.
quality guitars, vocal, drums, songs, production, all the way across the board back in the day. And we really want to. We know for this to be successful, we're going to have to really replicate that to the album T as we can. And I think we've really accomplished that. And I think people is going to be really surprised. And that's what we want to do, man, is uphold that standard that the band, put out there to begin with. Uh, and also to reintroduce fans and people that didn't know too much about Rough Cut in the beginning, to all these fantastic metal and hard rock songs.
Right.
And the live show is going to be pretty hot too, I hope. Yes.
Oh yeah.
We might even wear costumes.
You
We'll
were
bring back
saying,
bring
yeah,
back the red, white, and blue.
Yeah, the red, white, and blue spandex.
there you
Yeah.
go. You know
I
what?
will
I don't
be
know
See?
that I want.
wearing.
Yeah,
There
Awesome.
it
There
is.
you
yeah.
There it is.
go. Right, right.
Yeah. And
You
that's the
guys wore
thing.
those at Monsters of Rock, didn't you?
Japan.
No,
Dave, you guys wore those
yeah,
for the first
yeah.
time at Monsters
We
of Rock,
did.
didn't you? Donington?
No, no. But each album, we took a trip to Japan, and it was always Ray Brown used to make our, and it was pretty elaborate. If you look back at that era, everyone was wearing the jackets and the spandex and the, you know, rock and roll,
Right.
brother.
Yeah.
But you guys got, I mean, when I first heard Rough Cut, it was a buddy gave me a cassette tape, like happened 100 million times. I mean, it was a buddy come into school and say, "Hey man, you got to hear this shit." Boom. So he hands me this cassette tape, and you could borrow it for the night, but you had to bring it back tomorrow. And so he hands me this tape, and I'm like, "Okay, cool." And I knew this guy was pretty cool. And I was expecting, because what was starting to happen, and you could feel the culture change in the music, was this glam thing was starting to materialize. It wasn't really there yet, but it was starting to materialize. And I'm like, okay, so I kind of expected, I didn't know really what to expect, but this is what I expected. But when I put that thing in there, it was like, okay, dark. And what I mean by dark is it was kind of it was different. It wasn't what it was going on. I was into Iron Maiden and Dio, and Dio had released Holy Diver and Last in Line. Iron Maiden was Number the Beast. Power Slave was coming out, and this was my type of music. Sax and Judas Priest. It was like this was like that. It wasn't talking about screwing all the girls and drinking all the beer. It had depth to the lyrics. It had guitar tone that I hadn't heard before. And I was like, wow, what is this? And I mean, I was sold right off the rip on that album. It was, I took a cassette tape back to him. I said, here you go. And that weekend I was at buying the record. But it stood apart from all the rest that were coming out, in my opinion.
Well,
Oh yeah.
you got to remember, we sat on the record deal for a whole year.
Mhm.
You know, I mean, we actually got signed before before Motley Crue. As
Mhm.
far as the major label goes,
Right.
when got us a deal with Warner, but there was five guys in rough, a bass player and two guitar is the majority, and they wanted to wait for Ted. Van Halen's producer. He's the guy that got us signed anyway. And so we sat on the deal. for a little over a year
Mm.
until we settled on Tom Allen. He was doing Judas Priest back
Right.
then, and put out the first record a year after everybody else had already put their record out. They were working on their second record. So we missed our window. But I do believe that the band was phenomenal and was different.
Different,
My
yes.
southern bluesy, I don't know, like I was way into John Bonham. So the way I felt all of that music, along with the brilliant guitar work, was kind of dark, like you're saying, on the first record. And the second record, we decided to go more up tempo,
Right.
bluesy, and because it fit Paul's voice
Right.
also. But he grew up in the blues, just like I did. So anyway, that's a quick, what can I say, rundown on the reason why we waited a whole year to release the record.
That's the way things happen sometimes in the business.
It is.
I was going to throw this up out of your past here because I got a pretty extensive record collection. I have this
No
record,
way.
LA's hottest unsigned rock bands.
Oh, yeah.
And it's got two
That's
rough
when
cut songs
Jakey
that are
Lee-
not on any album.
Nothing.
It's got two, and the
Right.
band is actually Dave. It's Dave and Paul Shortino, and the rest of the guys are all different. And Jakey Lee is the guitar player on these two tracks with them.
Right.
But it's a song called "Used and Abused" and a song called "A Little Kindness." Yeah,
Yes.
and Claude Schnell is listed as your keyboard player. Claude Steele, but that's Claude Schnell, right, from Dio.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Claude Steele is
Claude Steele.
When I brought
Nice.
Ronnie and Wendy into this thing, we did a showcase for them. And what had happened is Jake and I met Paul in a car wash and went to his house. When I heard his voice, I didn't believe it was him. It's a whole different other story. But bottom line is I had Jake and me. And Paul had Claude Snell and a bass player named Joey Cristofanelli.
Yep.
We got together in the burned out Starwood in Hotwood and put Rough Cut together. It didn't have a name yet. It was Jay, me, and then Paul, the keyboard player, and the bass. And we did a showcase, and Ronnie was, and that launched the career. And this is that 80s metal wave. This is before it really, took off.
Right.
There's no Guns N' Roses yet. None of that stuff. Okay. And Ronnie loved the songs that we played. Obviously, it wasn't heavy, Trial of Kindness and Using the Fuse, but it showcased the talent of each member of the band.
Right.
I mean, as
Absolutely.
you know, Claude winds up playing with Ronnie. Jake left us to go to Ozzy, took Randy Rose's place. Joey, he was a rat for a short while, whole band before Rough Cut. That's a long time ago.
Yeah.
Troubadour.
You, Jake, members of Rat. I mean,
Yeah.
Yep.
back before what
Yeah.
was Mickey
No,
Rat, basically.
no, it was Rat.
It was Rat
It was
then?
me, Piercy, Jake, Matt, rough
Matt.
cut bass player, who's
Yep.
playing with Piercy,
He's with
Yeah.
Piercy.
and Bob DeLevens,
Hmm.
who wound up playing with Eddie Money years later. Anyway, that was Rat.
Yeah.
Us and Motley Crue were like the two biggest bands in Southern California at the time. No record deals yet. You know,
Just having fun.
The history
got
of
some
the family tree of the
roots.
band is extensive. It's unbelievable.
Hmm. Right?
The what?
I
The history.
was saying the history and the family tree of this group is really quite astonishing. All the players that everybody would know
Yeah.
that's came in and out the
Yeah.
door through Dave. You know, it's quite astonishing. It really is.
Yeah. I got to tell you, when I heard Scott's voice, that was it. Because I had to hear him sing with me, and then I could tell if it was worthy of us celebrating the 40 years of the music.
Right.
And it's a really amazing band.
Oh, Scott's got the voice for it. Like I said, when I heard that Scott was in this, I was like, golden, done. There's no question in my mind that he can handle the notes, he can handle the tones, he can handle the ups, downs, take a note from here to eternity and hold it. I mean, I've seen him live. I seen Scott live at Monsters on the Mountain with this other band, No
Right.
Love Lost. Oh my God, what a show. This guy has a voice. You hear him on his record, okay, that's great. Hear him on his record. You hear this guy live, it's another story. It's boom.
Yeah.
It fills that song even more. It's almost like the studio holds him back. When he gets on stage, he just rips, and it blew my mind. And I love his voice.
I love
And he's-
it.
Go ahead.
Thank you, brother.
Oh,
Another
No,
thing I
said
wanted to mention
loved
too.
it.
Do what? I'm sorry.
I said I love this
Uh,
guy.
yeah. Anybody who meets Scott loves this
Absolutely.
guy.
The other thing that's cool about not only did we harmonize when we got together, do we harmonize together really well and sounded good on the harmony stuff that's on the Rough Cut albums, but our chemistry writing together. That was a very important thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we can't wait to go in the studio and do this new song and get it out there. And
Porno Bob, baby.
like I say, that's right. Bob produced.
Hell yeah. Now, Dave, you wrote most of the material. You know, as a drummer, most drummers don't write with the band. They just do their own thing, and it's usually the guitar player and the singer or something like that. But you did a lot of the writing in Rough Cut that people might not know.
I stuck my gun. When I was offered Whitesnake, I was offered Kevin Dubrow used to call me and ask me to join Quiet Riot. I was going to do a couple of tracks on one of Ronnie's records, which is another story. But because I'm a songwriter, I can't just be side. So, because I want to, when I write music, which you will hear in new single that will come out called "I Need Your Shelter," it's like my inner feeling of the way Rough Cut should portray a ballad to the world. I know that sounds weird, but Paul's voice was so bluesy that it made me write in a different direction.
Right.
I don't know if y'all get that, but I was more straightforward, rock and roll, kind of country even when I first met him.
Huh.
You know, I'd already been in Rat. I loved playing with Jay. That's
Oh.
why I brought him into Rough Cut. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Insane time in my life. But these guys that I'm playing with now are top shelf. I can't wait for you guys to hear this project.
I'm counting the days. Counting the days. Tony, what are you doing that day? You coming up to Atlanta? You go
Doubtfully,
everywhere.
because it's a Thursday, so it'd
So
be tough to do.
what?
Yeah,
What? It's
you
a
know how my
Thursday
work,
for
you know how
me.
my work schedule is.
Trip.
But we'll get them down in North Carolina.
Get them down in
They'll
North
play
Carolina.
down.
That's right.
Yeah, we'll see.
And then I'll have
Man,
another show to go to.
That's right.
Charlotte,
That's
we
right.
got to Raleigh.
Raleigh.
We got to hit Lincoln Theater, Raleigh. We got to hit Charlotte. We got to hit them all.
Lincoln Theater.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And what's
A lot
that
of
one up in
venues.
That'd be
Virginia?
great.
Virginia, the
Lot of-
Landis? Or is that Jersey?
I'm not familiar with that.
Landis Theater. I heard that was great. They re-upped their sound system and this and that. So I heard that was a really, really good venue.
There's
You
a
know,
lot,
man,
a lot of
we're really-
a lot of venues out there now. You know.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Man, we're really hopeful
All
that
I
we'll be
know-
break. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
What was
Go
that,
ahead,
Dave? What
No, I
you
was going to
Dave?
just say that we're really hopeful that we'll be embraced into this world of the '80s bands that are out, touring now, and be able to go out and do shows with them and do shows on our own, and all the fans will come out and check out Rough Cut and see what it's all about and see what the music's all about, and
Yep.
that's
I
what we're
don't-
hopeful for.
Well, I really, if you look at it, I don't see a problem because you have. Now, this is not a knock on any of the bands out there. Let's just freaking put it that way. But you have the same bands constantly doing things, and people are still going to see them and go to see them and go to see them. And, because that's what they got. You get 4 or 5 bands. I think me and you were talking about this, Dave. You get, Winger, Vixen, Firehouse on the same bill all the time. Lita Ford, and it's always the same bill, and they move it around. And, if somebody comes out that's from that era and it has got even a little bit of name recognition, they're going to get grabbed because now you're going to sell more tickets because that's a brand new one on the scene. So I don't see Rough Cut not doing anything because people are going to grab this up.
Hopefully, we'll be a fresh freckled face. The same.
Fresh freckled face.
Our plan is to not do nothing.
Right.
We're,
You don't want to just say, "Hey,
we're-
look at what we got," and then not do anything. No, you want to do shit.
my manager says that the people reach out to him from Japan already. The West Coast is definitely going to come into play because Rough Cut's from Hollywood, from Hollywood, California. Anyway,
In the Midwest, also.
phenomenal
Oh, yeah.
lineup, phenomenal band, and we're going to put out new material.
Right.
And that's the bottom line.
And the torch for. Yeah, absolutely.
And you've got some of these bands that are touring now with no original members. You've got the original drummer. I mean, I just showed on that record a while ago. He's the original drummer. It was nobody
The
before you.
original drummer that has been there from the get-go.
Since the formation.
And I can
Formation.
I can tell
Exactly.
you he's still a powerhouse drummer, and a powerhouse showman on stage. You'll see.
Oh,
Yep.
easy.
Rockin'
Easy.
Dave.
Well,
Rockin' Dave.
okay, if anybody has any doubts or whatnot and says, okay, can Dave still drum? I did a show here. Everybody knows I do Toys for Tots and shit like that. I did a show here and I just met Dave. I was introduced to him by Scully, and Scully said, reach out. So I asked Dave, I said, do you want to, jam at the end of the night, kind of have like a little jam? So he's like, yeah, a little, like I think it was Led Zeppelin, rock and roll. You guys did? Yeah. And Dave's like, Led Zeppelin, rock and roll. I was like, all right, that's not an easy song. It's not an easy play. So I was like, all right. So at the end of the night, here come Dave. He's ready and he's raring to go. And I'm like, let's see what this guy's got, because, it's Dave Alford. Okay, this guy's a professional. I know he's got it. Let's see if he's really got it. Dude blew my fucking mind, dude. He was just back there jamming. No practice, no nothing. It his first time with all of the band. I think it was Asphalt Valentine that you're basically jamming with. And it just, huh? No monitors, no nothing. Just kicked it because, there was no monitors for Victor. Adriel was there. Yeah.
That's how I kept it together.
But it was just phenomenal. So if anybody's got any doubt, because people always wonder, oh, do they still got it? Do they still got it? I'm going to let you know right now. I've heard Scott. He's got it, never lost it. I've heard Dave, got it, never lost it. Get to the show April 8th or 3rd. Just do it.
3rd.
April 3rd.
April 3rd.
Why did I say April 8th? The 8th on my mind for some reason. I don't know. Don't
April
listen to me
3rd.
for April 3rd. 8th minus 5. 3.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll be the first show. There will be more.
First show.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
But you want to be at the first show. You want to say, I was at the first show. The first show is always the most special. What's that?
We're filming it.
Oh, boy, I didn't know this.
You want to be part of it, show up on April 3rd.
Show up April 3rd. We're filming. Nice. All right. So get your boogie shoes. Get dressed to the nines. Denim and leather out. Let's go. Now you're going, aren't you, Dale? Dale's like,
yeah. Get my boogie shoes.
Get your boogie shoes. Hell yeah.
Dress up and show out like we used to do in the old days when they used to pack the club.
And some of us already do.
It'd be a night like that.
Hell yeah. And that's what we do. We get our get-ups on, we go out, hang out. When you're on the Monsters of Rock cruise, I was on the Monsters of Rock cruise a few times, and some of the artists will come up to you and they'll be like, you fans nowadays dress better than us. It's like, okay, but it's a night out for us. We only do it like once. They do it many different tour stops, but we do it once and we're like, all right, we're going out. It's like, yeah, we dressed the part. We always did. We went out with our denim, with our leather. We had our jackets with what t-shirt are we wearing, the pants. Okay, we're going to wear Nikes and it was always Converse. And just, you do it up. Hell yeah. Damn. The days of teasing hair are over with, though. Fuck that. Throw a bandana on and go.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Book for the guys anyway. Yeah.
Yeah. So anything else you guys want to get out there before we call it a night?
I haven't eaten dinner, so yeah, we're calling it a night.
I haven't eaten dinner.
Yeah, man, it's time for you to eat.
I'm telling you, I don't eat before these either. I just can't.
Scott, am I still going to see you March 15th in Greenville?
Yes, sir. We got to go to the Marty event for sure, man, and show our respect.
Oh, that's Marty. Right. The
Yeah,
Marty
March
Burns.
5th, March 15th, we're remembering a
Yep.
friend, Marty Burns, that
Marty
passed away
Burns.
in 2019.
Yep.
We're doing a show in Greenville, North Carolina at the State Theater, and Scott's going to come hang out. We probably get up and do a couple songs with the band Lex Luthor.
Lex Luthor. Yeah, I did see
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, so I look forward to
hell
seeing you. That's my birthday weekend too. So
Oh, son of a bitch.
yeah.
Oh,
Of course, Scott's band Cerebus played my 50th birthday party.
Really?
You know,
right. Just a few years ago.
Oh,
just a few
damn.
years ago. Yeah.
Tony Dio's 50th
Wow,
birthday bash.
Yeah. Well, it's 56 this year.
Wow. I'm 55 this year.
Wow.
Die.
But I look forward to
Yeah.
seeing you, and I look forward to seeing the new Rough Cut, man. It's gonna be great. I look
Hell
forward
yeah.
to seeing
Cool.
all you guys, man. You know, just it'll be good to see Rockin' Dave again.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. Yeah.
It's going to be great. And
Dude,
see
I'm
everybody all
excited.
across. Hopefully, we'll go all the way across the country, rocking the USA, man. You know,
That's what I'm talking about.
Call
Let's
it-
go. Let's go.
cut your heart. 55.
I'll be in a little Ford Pinto following you guys, going, "Yeah, let's rock!" Or a Gremlin, you know, whatever was popular in '85. My first car was a Pinto,
Oh, yeah.
so I'll be like, get a little
Hey.
B-Rock van going on, you know, a conversion van.
I got a question for Dave. So
There we go.
who came up with the concept for the album cover? Because I always
Yes.
thought it was so cool because you got Cut Your Heart Out. It's like you're cutting it looks like a heart's made out of cake or something. And it's like, but it's got the Black Widow spider coming up from the song Black Widow. Who came up with the concept of that? I've always loved that album cover. I've got it on my shirt.
We did.
Hmm.
Wendy, Dio, me, Paul. Because of Black Widow, we decided to put the spider on the heart.
Hmm.
As far as
Great
the logo, his name was Gene Kirk. Okay. But
Well, it's definitely an eye catcher because you walk in a record store and you see that, you're going, I got to buy this.
right,
I gotta buy that.
right.
We bought a lot of albums
That's what
because
we
of the
done.
cover.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
Ride the
Yeah.
Lightning.
Oh, yeah.
It just looked cool as frick. I'm like, all right, this has got to be good here. And it just hands down
Yeah.
one of the best.
Iron Maiden. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, you look at Iron Maiden, you're like, I've got to have this. Wasp,
right.
that first album. I mean, it's just iconic covers that you just, and that Rough Cut album is an iconic cover.
Yeah.
Easy.
It's amazing.
The
Definitely.
the old Led Zeppelin record. That's the real, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's like nothing to do with any. It's a company. Was it Hypnosis?
Hypnosis, Storm Storm Thorgerson's company. Yeah, they made a lot of crazy album covers, man. UFO, Pink Floyd, all that stuff, man. Yeah.
Had nothing to do with it.
Unfortunately, we came to a new era where there's not a lot of that going on, you know, artwork and worrying about, you know, cover art, you know, inside art, you know, a theme for the album art, any of that. There's not a lot of that goes on anymore. So
Yep.
But the metal bands still keep it going.
Yeah.
You know?
The first record that you're showing, that tattoo is on my shoulder.
Really?
Awesome.
The
Yeah.
web and the heart and the dagger and the spider and everything but the logo.
Huh.
Awesome.
Hell yeah. It's a killer.
Anyway, I gotta eat, guys.
All right. You get going.
All right, Dave. Thanks for joining us tonight, Dave.
Thank you for joining. We'll catch you later,
All right.
April 3rd or before.
Okay.
All right.
All right, guys.
Bye.
All right.
Thank you, Tony, for being here. Thank you, Scott, for
All right.
being here. I appreciate it.
All right, guys.
Thank you, brother.
See you soon.
See you soon.
All right.
Rock and roll.
All right. Now, what I was saying earlier when I was accidentally muted that I didn't know I was muted. I was going to tell you about our sponsors, which I call partners. So, Retune Jewelry, they do guitar string bracelets. Okay, these things, boom, bracelets, guitar and bass string jewelry. They do necklaces, earrings, this, men's, women's. So check them out, retunejewelry.com. It's all repurposed guitar strings and bass strings from all kinds of artists all over the world, and they redo them. And this stuff is really good. Some stuff I've had breaks right off the bat. I've had this for a while, doesn't break. Another one of our partners is Off the Wall Designs with a Z. Nancy over there, if you're looking for rock clothing, anything, denim, leather, lace, anything, she can take care of it. She will make something for you. She's in constant contact with you. Just one of my favorite people, and that's why they're part of the Rock Altar. Just go see her, offthewalldesigns.com, or go to therockaltar.com. Scroll all the way down to the bottom of the page, bottom of the homepage, click the picture, and it'll take you right there. Thank you for everybody for joining me, joining Dave, joining Scott, and joining Tony. Thank them for being here. And get out there. April 3rd, Mad Life Stage and Studios. April 3rd, Woodstock, Georgia. Get there. Going to be a great show. I know it. I'm telling you, it's going to be a great show. So I will see everybody April 3rd. All right, we're going to leave, and I'll leave with probably the lead song, the single, the biggest song from Rough Cut. This is Dreaming Again. Y'all have a great day, great night, and I will see you soon.